Welcome to the video for workforce scheduling in service industry. We'll see how to develop a workday schedule for a service industry. Organizations which provide services such as the police department or hospitals need resources to be available 7 days a week. Now, if the organization also has a policy of giving 2 consecutive days off to each and every resource, then how does the company go about determining which days should be given off to which employees? So let us look at a procedure which helps us schedule resources to operate 7 days a week and at the same time provide each employee with 2 consecutive days off. So in this procedure, step number 1 is to determine the net requirements of resources for the entire week. So step 1 is determine the net requirements for the entire week. So let us take an example of nurses being scheduled for a hospital. So the net requirements could look something like this. On Monday, the requirement is for 8 nurses. On Tuesday, the requirement is for 9 nurses. On Wednesday, the requirement is for 2 nurses. On Thursday, the requirement is for 12 nurses. On Friday, the requirement is for 7 nurses. On Saturday, requirement is for 4 nurses, and on Sunday, requirement is for 2 nurses. Now, since our objective is to give each and every employee with 2 consecutive days off, from this net requirement of resources, we have to select a unique pair of 2 consecutive days for which the net requirements adds up to be the lowest. So for example, if we calculate the net requirements on Monday and Tuesday, it is 8 plus 9, which is 17. Similarly, for Tuesday and Wednesday, it is 9 plus 2, which is 11. So based on similar calculations, you'll find that the lowest requirement for 2 consecutive days is for Saturday and Sunday, which is 6. So after step 1, let's now move to step number 2. Step 2 says that sometimes you may have a tie in the lowest requirement of 2 consecutive days. So suppose Saturday and Sunday is 6, and let's assume that Monday and Tuesday also add up to be the same, which is 6. So how would you prioritize which one to consider? Some suggestions are that first you can look at the labor agreements. So suppose you have agreed that if possible you will be giving Saturday and Sunday off, then preference should be given to those days. So first can be labor agreements Second could be that you can ask the employee's preference. So second is employee preference. And third could be that you can give any arbitrary day off to the employee. So third is random selection. Now, after you have resolved the case of a tie, let's now move to step number 3. Step number 3 says that for the first employee, give the days off that we have chosen in step number 1 or step number 2. So suppose we chose Saturday and Sunday, which has the lowest net requirement, and there is no tie, then these days will be given as the days off for the first employee. And since that employee is then going to work for the remaining days, we reduce the net requirements because the demand has been met by that particular resource being available on the other days. So for employee number 1, what will happen is that he will be available on Monday. So the net requirement now reduces to 7 for Monday. So it was 8, and then employee number 1 is going to be available on Monday because he's going to take off on Saturday and Sunday. So the net requirement for Monday is 7. For Tuesday, 9 minus 1, which is 8. For Wednesday, 2 minus 1, which is 1. For Thursday, 12 minus 1, which is 11. Friday, 7 minus 1, which is 6. And Saturday, Sunday, because employee number 1 is going to take off, so the net requirement still remains the same. So for Saturday, 4, and Sunday, 2. Now after the first employee, we can repeat the same steps for the second employee. So we can again choose the lowest net requirements for 2 consecutive days, which is again Saturday and Sunday with a total of 6. So for the second employee again, he'll be working on all other days except Saturday and Sunday. So now the net requirements become for Monday, because the second employee is now going to be working on Monday, 7 minus 1, which is 6. For Tuesday, 8 minus 1, which is 7. Wednesday, 1 minus 1, which is 0. Thursday, 11 minus 1, 10. Friday, 6 minus 1, 5. And Saturday and Sunday will remain the same because the second employee will not be available on Saturday and Sunday. Now we can continue the same steps for all the other employees, which will help us in arriving at the days when each of the employees should be taking days off. Now this type of scheduling is called fixed schedule. That is, each employee is given a fixed day or days like Saturday and Sunday when he can take the time off. Sometimes some organizations go for a rotating schedule. So the other type is rotating schedule. In this type of scheduling, generally the employees are given a rotating schedule where they may have days off on each and every day of the week. So, what that means is, suppose first week an employee has Saturday and Sunday off. Next week, the employee may have Monday and Tuesday off. The following week, they may have Wednesday and Thursday off. And if there are various shifts, let's say like a morning shift, evening shift, and a night shift, then one week they may have a morning shift, while next week they may have an evening shift, and the following week they may have a night shift. So, what the rotating schedule does is that it gives each person the same opportunity to have weekends and holidays off, and also gives the opportunity to work during days as well as evenings and nights. So, depending on the preferences of the employees and the kind of work the organization wants the resources to perform, the organization may choose to have a fixed or a rotating schedule.